Zach Anner, and this is something we're calling Phone a Friend. BraunAbility thought that since we're all social distancing still, that we needed to find new ways to connect. And I thought, who better to have as our inaugural guest than Jordan Crowder? If you've seen the parking PSA we did together, you may know Jordan as my least favorite person in the world. Stuck in a parking lot with my least favorite person in the world! But he's actually one of my very good friends. And the host of the Gentleman Scofflaw podcast. Please welcome Jordan Crowder. So, Jordan, how does it feel to be back in the morph suit?
I don't know how I'm going to get out of this thing later. It took me 20 minutes to get into it.
Well, you look great, and you can also use all the fun green screen things that Zoom has going on.
Here we go. Let's see. You can tell me which one you prefer here.
You look like a forest.
It's
ooh,
got the
so soothing.
Bridge.
Oh,
I don't know if you can see it.
Some people like going to the beach, but you are the beach. Oh, I like that one because it's like you're full of holes. So, Jordan, like when we did the PSA together, do you remember that when I was being taped to you? I am double man. I don't even need my wheelchair van because I've got lots of tape. Look at me, I'm wearing a Jordan cape.
Yes, I do. I remember the night before trying to figure out how we were actually going to duct tape each other together.
Yeah, it turns out when you're trying to duct tape yourself to another person, like the morph suits are not conducive to that. And there were no Amazon reviews that talked about that.
Well, I don't know if you could see. I've actually still got duct tape residue on this thing, even after it's been washed.
I can't see it. All I see is a man in a green suit rubbing his nipples. So.
I'm trying to find it. I can't. The light is blinding me. I can't see where the residue is. But I just remember that we went through a couple different types of tape before you finally stuck to me.
I think we actually have footage of that. I've always wanted to say this. Roll the clip. Left foot. Right foot, left foot, right foot. And also, it was the first shot of that PSA, like early in the morning. Yeah. And it was like cold. And what they also don't tell you about morph suits is morph suits are very revealing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we were just 100% squished together.
Squished together. The thing is, that's the one thing with a morph suit is you could feel every detail of everything that's stuck up against you.
It was so intimate.
Very intimate morning. And it was awkward, too, because, like you said, it was the first shot of the day. And, we're here with a crew of, I don't know, like 10, 15 people that you don't know yet. And here you are basically... they're seeing all of you, and
yeah. And I'm sad that post shoot that we haven't had a time to both get in the morph suits and recreate that just at home for fun.
I'm gonna take this hood off if that's okay.
Okay. You know what? After I see the hair, maybe it should go back on.
Back on.
So Jordan, before we did the PSA, we've worked together for over a decade on so many projects. But the most recent project was you moving me out of my Los Angeles apartment remotely, and yeah. I did absolutely nothing.
Yeah, that was fun though. I got to kind of explore your apartment without you there.
It was great for me.
A lot of weird things in there. A lot of weird stuff there, Zach.
Which brings us to our first segment. What is this? So Jordan took some pictures of the weirdest stuff in my apartment. And now I'm going to attempt to explain what those things are. Okay, Jordan, so what do we got? Why don't you try explaining for the audience what you think these things might be, and I'll give you the completely logical explanation for all of them.
Well, the first thing I saw here was when I went into your closet to look for a tool. I saw all of these bins, very nicely organized, by the way. Looked really professional and clean. Well thought out. I did notice you had an entire bin, though, just for Nerf blasters.
Well, Yeah, because the thing is, when you're a 35-year-old man living in your own bachelor pad, you need to organize your Nerf. Nothing says immaturity like, Nerf darts everywhere.
I noticed that you only had that you had books in your apartment, but on your shelf you only happen to have your book, "If at Birth You Don't Succeed."
Yeah, that's correct. It's the only book you ever need. I sometimes when I forget something about myself, I'll read that book just so I can remember. Oh yeah, this is what happened to me.
Do you read it in your own voice or do you read it in another voice?
The thing about me that's really weird is my internal monologue is actually my fifth grade teacher reading me everything.
I thought you were going to say it was Morgan Freeman.
No, no, it's Mrs. Nabosny because she used to read us. They used to have story time at the end of the day, and I can't get that out of my head. So whenever I'm thinking, it's not in my own voice.
The other items I found here, I was packing up your closet, and right mixed in with all these clothes and accessories, these two little cat finger puppets
Oh
just
yeah,
mixed in there.
yeah. You would think that those were finger puppets, but those are actually what I use for the ball on my joystick for my wheelchair, because the joystick ball always falls off. And Chris Damaris, who we both know,
Yeah.
found the original kitty finger puppet and said, "I wonder if this would work." And then my mom, being great, got me like five of them for Christmas in case I wanted to change up the vibe of my cat.
You have a different cat for each outfit when you go out.
Yeah, you coordinate your cat finger puppets.
Well, that would make sense why it was in there with the accessories then. That answers a lot of questions.
Makes a whole lot of sense.
I also found this illustration of you, what looks like you as a drawing on the floor with like a bellhop and a bunch of fruit and some horns. Like what's that all about?
That's from If at Birth You Don't Succeed. It's an illustration by Kevin Scarborough. And that drawing is representing my time at the Sheraton when I was on your own show, the Oprah Network reality show, because we were sequestered in a hotel and I'd have to get up at 4:30 in the morning to have breakfast delivered by the bellhop, and he would call it was a fruit medley that I would always get, and for some reason he would always call it a fruit melody, and it's sort of a nod to that.
Oh, that's funny. Fruit melody. I'm going to call it that from now on.
Yeah,
Fruit
it was a
melody.
very whimsical way to start the day.
The other thing I found here is like it looks like a piece of jewelry. It's like a little round thing. You
Oh, there was this video I did where I tried to get something called a rainbow bagel in New York City, where we highlighted how inaccessible New York is. I need a rainbow bagel.
Anything else?
Um, no, just the ramp. And when I went to do a speaking gig in Canada, this really cool girl named Mia, who also has cerebral palsy, made me a necklace to commemorate it. I'm sad that I'm not wearing that jewelry right now. I'm hoping that you kept it so that you can send it to me in New York.
I did keep it. It's in a box and it's in storage.
I gotta say, for me, it was the easiest move I've ever been a part of. 'Cause I did absolutely nothing.
Oh man, I actually didn't do too much because people just came in and packed it up and hauled it out. I was just kind of hanging out while they were
Yeah, you
doing
were
it. So.
holding the fort. Our next segment is one we're calling "Remember when we used to go places?" My phone fell down.
It
So
happens.
let's share some of our favorite road trip memories. Um, I'll start. So I went on this epic road trip that we filmed for a show called Riding Shotgun, and we went all across the U.S. and Canada with my three best friends, and it was just the most wonderful road trip. Do you remember that, Jordan?
No, I don't recall it because I wasn't there. You didn't
Oh
invent it.
yeah, that's right. You actually weren't one of the three best friends that I took. So this road trip was actually before I had a BraunAbility van, and we were driving around in this gigantic, unwieldy white SUV that we called Betty White.
She is a little unwieldy.
I had this hydraulic lift that was jerry rigged, and it would break down in the middle of filming, and then we would have to get to the next city, and we were just driving down the highway with the back doors open and this broken ramp out the back.
Oh, jeez.
Um,
That sounds very dangerous.
which is why I love BraunAbility so much, is because they have never broken on me during the middle of a road trip. So the next road trip I take is definitely in my van. Jordan, do you have any good road trip memories?
So one of my favorite road trips is when we drove from LA to Austin for your birthday. We drove straight through the entire time, taking turns. And our friend Marshall had made this rule that we had to stay at like 60 miles an hour because it was the best gas mileage to save on gas. And so it was so slow. And when he would fall asleep, I would just, go back up to it because we were driving under the speed limit, like 10 miles under the speed limit
You
most of
know
the
what's
time.
really funny about Marshall and that car is he was so like particular with it,
Yeah,
but he also pretty much just used it as a trash can.
it's true. It's true. But
But what I'm learning from your road trip story is you went across the country to be there for my birthday, and you are obviously the better friend because my story was about excluding you.
that's not what I intended. I was just thinking of, yeah,
No, but it's
it's
true.
true though,
It's
Zach.
true. You are the better friend. It's absolutely true. This next segment is called Bored to Death Board Games. You know, with all of us stuck at home with our families, a lot of us have been seeking entertainment in playing games. Jordan, what have you been playing lately?
We've been playing a lot of backgammon.
I've always wanted to play it too, but those triangles, those sharp triangles, isn't too intimidating. And
I
I
know.
never know if it's backgammon with a CK or batgammon, like Batman.
It's with a CK,
Oh,
backgammon.
okay.
And apparently it's the oldest board game that's around. Like it's like 3,000 years old or something.
Like older than chess and checkers and like ball and cup?
I guess I guess they say it's older than chess. I don't know about checkers. I don't know the history of board games. I just read that as an
Well,
anecdote, and you're
darn it,
calling me out
Jordan.
on it.
I told you to research before we shot this.
What have you been playing?
My mom and I have been playing a sickening amount of Yahtzee lately.
That's a good
Uh,
game.
and here's the new development because we play it every day.
Yeah.
And my mom's boyfriend, Greg, uh, hates the noise of the dice in the cup.
Oh
So
no.
I actually bought a cup lined with felt so that
Oh
we
yeah.
could play the game quietly.
Yeah.
So
You know.
it's an addiction. And then other than that, we've been playing a lot of Pass the Pigs.
Oh
So
yeah. Well, that's
no
basically the
games of
same.
skill. Let's put it to the audience. What games are you guys playing, and what has helped you pass the time? Okay, let's play a game called Getting to Know You. Now, Jordan, I actually know you pretty well, so to be honest, I was kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel with these questions, but hopefully they're still fun.
All right. Not sure how I feel about this.
Lightning round. What's your favorite type of sock?
I like patterned socks, stuff with like trees or I don't know, dots or stripes or something.
Boring. How do you get your hair so luscious? What's your routine?
My routine is I use a 3-in-1 shampoo from Trader Joe's.
What's the third thing?
The third thing is it's shampoo, conditioner, and body wash, so you can use it for everything.
Dude, that I'm sure it's not doing at least one of those jobs well.
Probably not, but
That's what you want to look for in a shampoo. What are the other things it can do? What are the ancillary things that my shampoo can do? Okay, next question. Most important one. If you could meet one Steve Buscemi character from any movie, who would it be and what would you ask him?
Gosh, I'm trying to remember. I've so many. He's in a lot of Adam Sandler movies too. We've actually met Steve Buscemi before.
Yeah, we
Do you
did.
have that picture of Steve Buscemi?
I
think there's one.
do.
Oh
I
yeah, you should
do.
show it
We
then.
both don't look great.
I don't know. You stumped me, Zach. You stumped me.
Okay. So, next question.
All right.
What color would we call your beard?
I don't know because it's like red but brown, like so auburn. I guess I don't know.
It's like your beard wants to be Irish, but the rest of your face doesn't agree.
It's true, but it's also like the rest of my face. I don't know if you could see on the webcam, but it's like my hair is like a bomb pop. It's like a gradient that goes from brown to white to red.
Wow. Yeah, really. Yeah, I wouldn't have called you a popsicle face before this, but I feel like that'll be my insult from now on.
There you go.